Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Necrozma Dawn Wings 100% IV, level 51. Let's see what we can do here. Now, we're going to be initially using Outrage, and of course we're going to be going with Moongeist Beam, but we're going to switch that Outrage to Dark Pulse here in a bit, and that's what we're going to roll with. As far as the Pokemon that we're going to be pairing it up with, we do have Zygarde and a few others that we're going to be taking a look at here, but this thing is absolutely incredible. Now, unfortunately for me, on GoFest day, literally the morning of, I was doing some workouts and I didn't do all the stretches I needed to do, and I pulled a muscle in my leg and I couldn't really move at all, so I just had to sit at home and do a bunch of remote raids, which is perfectly fine. Just turned on the incense, caught about, I don't know, like 5 shinies. I'll bring you that video at a later time. I just wanted to get this one up here. It was just a grind day, remote raid after remote raid. And well, here we are. As far as today, I'm going to be doing some more. Probably won't go as hard as I did yesterday. So if I don't accept your invite, forgive me. It's just, I've literally spent about $200 at this point. Remote raiding, it's just insane. It's really unfortunate how they did not drop the price on that. I understand everybody's concerned with that. But with that said, let's see what's going on here. This is going to be a pretty damn close game here. I did screw up by not just throwing a Dark Pulse at the Lugia initially and swapping. So that kind of screwed me over by going into the Shadow Groudon. But we barely survived that. Well, I mean, accidentally kind of just told you what's happening. So we barely survived that, getting off the Dark Pulse on the Lugia and taking the win with the Yveltal here. And yeah, taking that win. Now, when it comes down to, I'm just going to call it Dawn Wings, right? So when it comes down to Dawn, it is going to be very, very weak to Dark as well as Ghost because of its typing, Psychic and Ghost. So Brutal Swing on Conkeldurr, look at that. Now, I thought this thing could take hits a little bit better. Okay, it's kind of squishy, but I guess you can't say squishy because that was a 4 times effective move. So think about like a Dragonite taking an ice move. It typically would do that much anyways, even though Dragonite is a pretty tanky Pokemon itself. So you can't just, oh, this thing's garbage. It's just really super effective to it, right? But that's no big deal, right? You just figure it out with the typings in the back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I decided to go ahead and put the Zygarde alongside it. I was thinking, man, what an absolutely overpowered team here. And Neo was pretty good. I was just trying to figure out that third Pokemon, having a little fun. So yeah, I was just so out of it and just being so lazy on the couch that when I was doing my battles, I kind of fell asleep. And didn't finish them all. But let's have a little fun here, folks. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. I'm going to bring you all the information for my GoFest and stuff. I'm going to go out there today. I'm going to show you the IVs of my Marshadow. If you haven't seen my Twitter, I won't even spoil it for you, okay? We'll just see that when it happens. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Groudon here. Now, if you're thinking, well, what about Dusk main? Yeah, that one's damn good too. Steel and Psychic typing. You got a Metagross type Steel going on there. Absolutely amazing. This one's just a little bit better, okay? So if you want some clarification on that, they're both amazing. Dusk main is going to be #1 Steel type attacker, okay? And Dawn Wings is going to be a #1 Ghost type attacker. So they're both pretty good. This one's just going to be ranked a little bit better, so we're just going to use it. But not only that, it was more ideal to actually fuse this with Necrozma at the time for the raids that we're getting here for Dawn as well as main, right? Because it is going to be effective to both of those and extremely effective to itself. So it just made more sense to fuse it with this one. But I definitely do have love for the other one, and we will be checking that out at a later time. All right, so we're up against this Ho-Oh here, and we're going to go ahead and just let that go. I mean, this is Zygarde, okay? Golly, this is what you call power. This is straight power right here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let that go. We have got one shield, they've got one. We're going to bring in the Groudon to mud-shot them down. Let's get it. Bringing in that Mewtwo, and unfortunately for frickin' me, I hit the Fire Punch right when they hit Side Strike. So we're wasting all of that energy here, which is a little bit unfortunate. They're shielding it up. Oh, wow. I would have, I guess, there's really nothing you can do left with that Mewtwo. It's got like, what, 3 HP? But that's okay, I guess. We're going to go ahead and just get to the Earth Power after shielding that Rock Slide. Immediately swap into the Dawn there and take them out. All right, we will be leading with Dawn the entire time too. So we're going to be met with a Landorus. This is fine, I suppose. Let's just see how much Scorching Sands does here. And dropping my attack, of course, guaranteed every time. So we still do currently have Outrage. Again, we are going to be going with Dark Pulse. I recommend Dark Pulse, and of course, its signature move. Its signature move is not even a matter of, should I? Yeah, you do, you should. Can you even remove that? Can you remove that? I haven't even tried. Don't even want to. All right, anyways, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Zygarde here to kind of just absorb everything. They've used to shield themselves. Our Dawn is still, you know, pretty healthy with that health. Well, it's in the yellow, so we'll see what we can do with that. Farming them down here, they're bringing in a Dialga. They've lowered our attack by 2 stages, but we're just going to go ahead and throw the Earthquake anyways. Still doing a good amount, almost half health there. Not bad at all. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just bring in the Groudon here. Since we're up a shield, what we're going to do is just go for the... I think we just go for the Fire Punch at this point. I don't even... Now, actually, yeah, Fire Punch. Okay. Seeing that we are going to be Shadow here, it's going to be doing that much more damage. They're swapping, and they do have their own Dawn, and here you go. Now, this is what prompted me to actually swap my charge move to Dark Pulse, because I haven't really taken a look at it too in depth as to what moves I should use. I was a little too excited, or I just wasn't, you know, paying attention, and then I'm thinking, oh, hey, Dark Pulse is the one I needed to go with. Okay, yeah, that one's going to be getting to the charge move a lot faster than Outrage. Great. Good game there, though. Next game, we're going to be met with a Togekiss, and this is fine. We do have Zygarde, which is going to be absolutely vulnerable up against Togekiss. It's one of its worst enemies because of Crunch and Earthquake are going to be not very effective, and of course, it's Dragon, right? So, let's see here. I mean, if Zygarde can learn Iron Head, damn, that would be pretty good. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and of course, the one times that I'm going for the Moongeist Beam, they're going to be shielding it up. Of course. Those are the first times I've ever used it. Well, it's not. That's not true. Okay, but anyways, let's go ahead and bring in the Kyogre here. I found like, you know, just go ahead and use the Kyogre. Why not? And they are going to be swapping Shieldless, bringing in their Primarina. Good thing we have Thunder here, so we can go ahead and one-shot them. Otherwise, we would have been in a lot of trouble there. So thank goodness. And they do have a Kyogre in the back, which the Zygarde is going to be able to handle here. That was very quick, so we can know that's a Surf. And we're going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake. Seeing that their shields are down and we do get stabbed from Earthquake here, might as well just do the most damage that we can. I do believe we'll shield this up here because we're just getting a little bit low. They're going to swap into Togekiss. We're going to immediately get to that Crunch, or as soon as we can throw it. It's not very effective, but they're so low that we'll be able to take them out. And come on, and we take them out with quick moves on the Zygarde. Let's get it. So if you're wondering, well, which one should I raid more? I think you kind of want both of their energy to become them, to fuse them, to be even. So, I mean, take your pick, which one you like the most. They're both good, again. This one is ranked a little bit better when it comes down to Master League. But, I mean, Dawn is still, or Dusk is still going to be freaking fantastic. I actually kind of really want to try that one out, seeing that it is a Steel type. Steel is pretty stinking good, so we'll just have to see. But this is what we're just going to go with first here. But if I had to give you an answer, I'm just going to say you probably just want to have more energy for the Dawn, okay? Let's just be straight open here. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and keep on going with the Surf here up against the Zygarde. All right, so it's a 1-to-1 shield situation. I think we're going to want to bring in our own here so we can kind of just absorb this, seeing that we're 4 times weak to frickin' Dark. And that would have been a lot of damage. That would have probably KO'd my Dawn there. And see what they're going to be bringing into the battle. It's going to be... Oh, there you go. Hey, look at that. Duskmane. Very exciting to see these things here. And I'm still kind of surprised, to be honest with you, that they're allowing us to use these. Now, are they like so OP? Am I going into Master League and I'm just like absolutely destroying everything? I mean, they're not so OP. They're very strong. Let's not get that twisted. They're definitely very strong. But... It's not like Zygarde. It's not quite like Zygarde. It's just doing a lot of damage. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get to the signature move and take out that Ho-Oh. All right, with the star of the show. Let's go. Not to mention, look at the design. I love how the glow inside of its chest kind of like illuminates as if, you know, it's behind glass, or at least that front part on its chest is like made of black glass or clear black glass. I don't know how to explain that, but freaking cool looking Pokemon here. I mean, we're really getting into Digimon territory, to be honest. Like, just add a gun and some sort of a saw on this thing and straight up you have a Digimon, right? And they came up with the fuse first, Digimon. I don't know. People are like, well, Digimon copy Pokemon. God, that's a discussion for the ages, isn't it? I'll be open and I'll say it kind of, yeah, a little bit, but they went their own way and they became their own thing with the, you know, V-Pets. And anyways, enough about Digimon. What do we have here? What do we have here? I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. Absolutely no point in shielding that up here, right? We're gonna go ahead and bring in the Dawn, and they do have a Mewtwo, which is, I mean, that Shadow Claw is doing so much damage. Our Shadow Claw is doing so much damage. You get stabbed. All right, going for the Dark Pulse and swapping into Mewtwo here because we don't want to really take anything. A Shadow Ball obviously would one-shot us because it's Mewtwo and we're 4 times weak to Ghost as well as Dark. So we'll go ahead and let those go, kind of like using the Kyogre as a buffer, bringing in the Dawn to just farm them down with Shadow Claw. And we're going to be looking perfectly fine here, and they do back out. Everything was so low, I would have been able to Shadow Claw. Sorry to this trainer here, I stopped the recording and then I started it a little late, so I was not able to catch their name. Anytime that does happen, it's not like I'm trying to like exclude your name or have anything against you. It's just sometimes I'm, you know, I record a little late. All right, so we do have a Landorus out here, and of course we go for the Moongeist Beam after they did hit us with freaking Scorching Sands, and they still shielded that damn thing up. All right, we're going to go for Dark Pulse now. I don't think we're going to make it to the next Moongeist Beam, but the funny thing is they swapped into their Dusk main, and it's still super effective. Sounds good to me. So we are up a shield. We can make this happen. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Zygarde here to just go for the crunches. Yeah, it's not really, we don't need to go for no Earthquake. I mean, that's pretty much good enough there, right? And as you can see, this is why they're not so OP, because they do not take their super effective hits like Zygarde does, okay? All right, so they're going to be bringing in an Origin Palkia. This is still a pretty good situation. Well, yeah, no, this is good. This is good. We do have Kyogre in the back, massively resisted when we do go up against that Kyogre, but they're going to be swapping, bringing in their Landorus here. Now I'm going to go ahead and shield this up because it is going to be doing a decent amount of damage. I just want to farm them up here. All I need to do is get to 2 Surfs. So 1 Surf is obviously going to be enough, but they do have a shield, so we're just going to have to work our way up to 2. They hit me with Spatial Rend. We survive. We get to 2 Surfs. Now I could have just went for one more quick move, to be honest. I just wasted everybody's time here, but whatever. We're going to get off both of these and take the win with the Kyogre at the end here. So when it comes down to these, there's really no question whether or not they're good. I will say this though, it is a freaking grind to get the energy required, because you're either going to get 100 or 120, between 90 and 120 or 110, something like that, energy per win up against one of these fused Pokemon raids, and you do need 1,000 for the initial one. Okay, so pretty crazy. But the thing about this is, which kind of makes sense, is the fact that when you do fuse them, they will stay together forever until you unfuse them. So I can see why it costs that much. It actually kind of makes sense. Not to mention they're just, you know, top tier. And they do have that special effect, which we will be checking out at a later time as well. Nothing too, you know, crazy or anything. We already kind of got the gist of what's happening. This one makes it so you can evolve Pokemon that need nighttime during the day, as well as nighttime spawns. And you might even get the Rockruff. Oh my gosh, the Rockruff, folks. Okay, come on. They should have put something better, like made it really, really rare for a Cosmog to spawn. I don't know, maybe that's a little too OP, but I just feel like that whole adventure effect for these things is a little underwhelming. But with this information that we do have now, we can pretty much start talking about how Kyurem Fuse is going to work. Well, we already know, okay? So make sure you have a good Kyurem. Or, I guess, rate them when it comes out, because that one's going to be maintaining the stats to carry over to the other two, right? All right, back into the game here, up against Dialga. We're going to go ahead and build up to Moongeist Beam, go for the Dark Pulse. They let it frickin' stink and go, which kind of annoyed me. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Kyogre here. We'll let this go. And, of course, they have a Thunder. You already know. So getting to the surf to take them out here, I highly doubt they're actually going to want to shield this up. They let it go. Fantastic. And they're bringing in their Landorus, which is going to be weak to water. Smart move there to farm me down. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Zygarde, I suppose, because this thing can just absorb everything Landorus throws at it. I mean, it's just way overpowered here. Again, this one is not ranked #1, but it is basically your top tier Pokemon, okay? Zygarde, period. All right, there's nothing else. Anyway, they're going to be swapping. They have a Ho-Oh in the back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just go for that Dark Pulse here. And so a few people were asking me, might as well just throw this in here really quick, about what happened to Trump yesterday. And I personally don't really want to talk about it on this channel or anywhere. I have my personal opinions. If you ever met me in person, we can, chat it up. But I'd rather keep my opinions offline. I will say it's pretty much a win in the bag now after this happened. So we're witnessing some historic stuff. We'll put it that way. And I don't know. A lot of people think it was like planned or whatever. But again, I'm keeping my opinion offline. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!